Hi, this is the Amateur Analyst, keenly analyzing topics from the back rooms. Take it with a pinch of salt till your kidneys can't take it anymore.
Doctrine first, capabilities second.
Today we are exploring doctrine first, capabilities second. The link between military doctrine and weapon systems is often overlooked, yet pivotal in resolving comparison wars. While battle experience, quantity, quality, and motivation matter, understanding underlying doctrine shapes weapon design and tactics. Join us as we explore the evolution of doctrines and innovations in warfare, revealing the stories behind weapon designs written on battlefields and wars. Let's navigate why strategic thinking leads and how the capabilities follow in geopolitics, influencing current events and altering history's course.
Tanks through time.
Our journey begins in World War II, where tanks played a pivotal role. The German Blitzkrieg, utilizing the fast and maneuverable panzer divisions, demonstrated the effectiveness of combined arms warfare. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union's T-34, and with its sloped armor and mobility, showcased a design philosophy centered around simplicity and mass production. A doctrine they still maintain to date. It is clear Soviet engineers had the goal of outgunning German Panzers and Tigers with a ratio of more than 40 series tanks to one German over-engineered tank, well compared to the Soviet tanks. Whether their goal was achieved or not is up to you, and which version of history you received either online or offline. The term over-engineering can clearly be associated with the Wunderwaffe wonder weapon philosophy. Hope I tried with the pronunciation. A German engineer of that era had in mind that if I can increase the overall parts, their efficiency, and additional backup systems, I can increase the operating hours too. Wunderwaffe is not a laughing subject, as many would consider it. It literally was the father of a large percentage of most of the modern weapon concepts. We are talking ballistic missiles, submarine launched ballistic missiles, portable machine guns, operational jet-powered aircraft, and lots more.
Cold War and Korean War.
Transitioning to the Cold War era, the Korean War saw the clash of ideologies and military doctrines, the American M26 perishing and the Soviet T-34-85 faced off. However, it was the introduction of jet aircraft like the Soviet MiG-15 and the American F-86 Sabre that marked a new era in aerial warfare. The MiG-alley battles demonstrated the importance of air superiority in modern conflicts. Warlike situations, aka the Cold War, we can only imagine skies with the Rafale from Dassault Aviation in France and the Su-35 from Sukhoi in Russia. The Rafale's agility and multi-role capabilities mirroring French design principles. Meanwhile, the Su-35, with its super maneuverability and advanced avionics, stands as a testament to Russian prowess.
Naval power.
Sailing into naval power, the KDX-3 destroyers from South Korea's Hyundai Heavy Industries and the Mistral-class amphibious assault ships from France's DCNS demonstrate cutting-edge maritime capabilities. South Korea's focus on advanced electronics and France's emphasis on power projection highlight diverse approaches to naval design. Names like the Chinese type O-55 destroyers in the naval world can be a clear example of extreme integration, as they seem to mash together the hypermodernity of the Zumwalt class destroyer and the dexterity of the US Aleibach class destroyer and a bunch of some stealthy Nordic frigates. In addition to increasing ammunition quantity and class, just imagine 64 VLS cells packed with cruise missiles, anti-air, anti-ship missiles, and even a full-scale ballistic missile. Yes, you heard that right. As if that wasn't enough, short-range air defense systems such as interceptors and Gatling guns were thrown into the mix, without leaving out torpedoes and a dedicated anti-submarine helicopter in the ship's hangar. An autocannon as the primary traditional weapon. Whatever doctrine this machine has been designed for, we are yet to witness. Ground forces. Back on land, infantry fighting vehicles, IFVs, play a crucial role. Israel's Merkava, designed by the Israeli Defense Forces, and China's ZBD-04 from Norinco represent distinct philosophies. Merkava prioritizes crew protection and versatility, while ZBD-4 emphasizes mobility and firepower in a rapidly deployable package. Oops, I can already spot a problem in my comparison. The Chinese ZBD-4 hasn't yet seen combat, but we're yet to see what it's capable of. I'm no veteran, but just happened to hear a military saying that goes, the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Now the question is whether it is warfare or breakfast choices.
Minds behind the designs.
Let's appreciate the minds behind these designs. Whether it's Dassault Aviation, Krauss, Maffei, Wegmann, or Norinco, the engineers and visionaries from Germany, France, and China have left an incredible mark on military technology. Don't get me started on Lockheed Martin and its bros. To leave out names like Kelly Johnson, Warner von Braun, Mikoyan Gurevich, Mikhail Kalashnikov, Lockheed Brothers, and the legendary John Browning would be but inconsiderate.
A biological approach.
Different theaters of war are like different ecosystems which all have different conditions, threats, and requirements. The different ecosystems have different, yes, you had it right, food chains which have different animals or weapons in a set hierarchy. One can't really compare two animals from different ecosystems and get reasonable results. It is like comparing a lion from the African savannah with a tiger from Bengal forests in India. Well, both may be good, what we call apex predators, but built for different threats and conditions. As it is in nature, some ecosystems may be more fast-paced than others. For instance, a cheetah chasing after a gazelle in the African savannas, compared to a brown bear tracking a moose in the North American tundras. The main point is that they both eventually achieve their goals. Further on, biologists and environmentalists warn against the transfer of animals from one ecosystem to another, for it may ruin the system for the other animals involved. For example, if a light Toyota Technical is delivered from its ecosystem in the Middle East and North Africa to, let's say, Ukraine, it might not survive the wrath of tank shells, drone strikes, and anti-tank mines, yet it excels in its ecosystem. Similarly, if an over-engineered Merkava Mk4 tank is transferred to the dense forests of the Congo, I leave it up to you to analyze if might not give the other members a chance or end up prey in the food chain. Remember, when judging weapons, bias is fatal unless you are an armchair general. It's not just about the hardware sometimes, or most times, correct me. It's about the strategic thinking behind it. Maybe something akin to form follows function. Doctrine first, capabilities second.
Sorrowful silence.
As H.L. Mencken once wrote, war will never cease until babies begin to come into the world with larger cerebrums or smaller adrenal glands. Or as Harry Emerson Fosdick once said, the tragedy of war is that it uses man's best to do man's worst. This study has not been written due to an outstanding love for war. Nope. Not even due to the excitement brought by the science behind weapon engineering. For no war is 100% justified, but all have rather one thing in common: mass, death, and destruction. One can clearly see this when one closely observes the current Israel-Palestine conflict, Russia-Ukraine war, or even the much ignored Sudan civil war. Therefore, this information is not made to incite love for war or look down on any doctrine or weapon collection of any military force on the globe, but rather to align thoughts and discussions and continue to shed light on the reasons for designs and choices. Have a great day.